The sales pitch is amazing. A gourmet meal is promised, a succulent Angus rump steak, charbroiled to perfection, roast potatoes, garnished with a knob of butter and the freshest of springtime garden vegetables, which is curiously the cheapest of all the caterers. And 6 months later, they're delivered a crisp packet full of cold cat vomit garnished with what looks to be week-old fungus. The Musk fan inspects their meal and looks to their colleague with a sense of pride and contentment, a strange satisfaction growing on their face. This is amazing, they say. We should get them to do the catering for all of Las Vegas. This is peak stupidity.
I give you the Springfield Monorail.
Sort of like, almost like an autonomous underground multi-level car system.
Yeah. That costs $1.
That costs $1, yeah, actually.
In 2018, Elon Musk had a vision of up to 16 passengers paying a fare of $1 to travel at 150 miles per hour in underground tunnels, going from downtown LA to LAX in about 8 minutes. There was just one slight problem. Everything, with probably the most important one being it didn't exist anywhere outside of some computer animations. And when they finally did get around to trying to build it, there were some slight problems there as well. They didn't go at 150 miles per hour, but more like 30 miles per hour. I mean, let's count all those thousands of people it's moving, shall we? Well, there's one. Oh no, he's an usher. There weren't any pods delivered, just regular cars, and they weren't automated.
So is this self-driving or are you driving it?
Oh no, this is manual. Eventually they will become autonomous, but I don't see it for the next at least 5-6 years.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
Yeah.
They were just driven around by regular people. You know, it's kind of like people driving cars in a tunnel. At which point, the world collectively laughed at the white elephant that Las Vegas had built.
I've sold monorails to Brockway, Ogdenville, and North Haverbrook, and by gum, it put them on the map.
Or they might be in denial about it.
Tourism leaders tell me that the expansion of the Vegas Loop has the potential to be a game changer, not just for the city of Las Vegas, but beyond.
I mean, we're going to be the first in the nation, first in the world with this kind of system. And people are going to just want to try it out just for the fun of trying it out.
Yeah, I'm sure people have never experienced a slow car ride in a tiny tunnel will be awestruck about how you're the first in the world to take the novel and amazing adventure of a car ride in a tunnel and make it slower and smaller. Actually, I take that back. This is a regular tunnel with lights. This is a death trap with rave lights. You know, the second you get a tunnel fire in this thing, it'll be a disaster.
Has anybody brushed a wall yet?
Yeah, there's been a couple people that have.
Well, good. Knock on wood, right? It just seems so close. It's kind of crazy.
You know, like, how are you going to get emergency vehicles in a tunnel this size? Although now the drivers have been banned from discussing crashes and must tell passengers how awesome, supportive, and inspiring Elon Musk is. Now, most normal people at this point would have just hung their heads in shame that they'd been taken for $55 million and been delivered almost none of what they were promised. But we're dealing with Elon Musk fans here. They looked at this and said, "That's amazing. Can we have some more of it, please?"
Today, Clark County commissioners approved a plan from Elon Musk's company to build more transportation tunnels under Las Vegas.
Soon more of Elon Musk tunnels will be built under Las Vegas. And
underground transportation for the Las Vegas Strip will soon be a reality, and in Teslas. That's because today the Clark County Commissioners unanimously approved plans for Elon Musk's The Boring Company's Vegas Loop project.
Plan on seeing a lot more of these as they come through Las Vegas now that the Clark County Commission has approved plans for a full system from downtown to Allegiant Stadium of the Vegas Loop system.
Wow, what a time to be alive when I can go to Las Vegas and see the genius of Elon Musk, which allows really slow cars to emerge from really small tunnels.
Here's a look at the map released by Clark County that shows the 29-mile route for the Tesla tunnels, coined as the Vegas Loop. 51 planned stations are shown.
Wednesday, county commissioners approved the Boring Company's plans to expand the Vegas Loop to a total of 29 miles.
Why, that's odd. None of them had an estimated completion date on them. I wonder what that might be. Well, let's take a look at how long it took them to dig their current system, which is about 1 mile long.
Construction on this loop was completed in 2 years.
Let's see, 1 mile in 2 years, and they want to do 30 miles, giving it an estimated construction time of about 60 years. And as we all know, Elon Musk is truly brilliant. So if he was promising that these pods were going to travel at 150 miles per hour, like 5 years ago.
So his plan is simple. He is going to start digging holes in the ground and turn those holes into a vast network of underground tunnels that will change transportation forever.
Let's talk about technology.
All right.
Because I know all of y'all are fans of it. We have some big news in the tech world. And innovation icon, Elon Musk. More proof that Elon Musk's dreams are supersonic.
Sharon can hardly wait to ride this. Elon Musk is making headway on his futuristic traffic tunnel.
Here's Steph at the social desk with more.
It's pretty cool, and it's so hard to believe this project is almost finished, right?
Yes. Also getting a look at the high-tech tunnel under Los Angeles. Some say wouldn't happen.
Musk shared this video of his underground tunnel in Los Angeles, evidence that a stretch of his ambitious high-speed railway project is nearly complete. The 3 miles of track able to move cars and people at speeds of up to 800 miles per hour.
It's amazing.
800 miles an hour.
Yeah. I mean, this could change transportation forever.
And you could soon hitch a ride in Elon Musk's first traffic tunnel. He unveiled this video showing platforms. Yeah, it is awesome.
It is.
They act like elevators and they carry pods to an underground series of tunnels. Those pods could carry 8 to 16 passengers or a single passenger vehicle at speeds of more than 120 miles per hour. And the pedestrians and cyclists, well, they would get first priority.
That is great.
I mean, you can think of these like wormholes. Like, oh, I need to get to the other side of LA or New York or whatever. Drop down the wormhole, pop out the other side.
At about 30 miles per hour.
Yes, why bother sitting in slow-moving traffic above ground when you can do exactly the same thing in a tiny tunnel, with the added advantage that if anything does go wrong, all you have to do is fill up the ends of the tunnel, and every boring tunnel accident comes with a free burial. But wait, you might be thinking, hang on, didn't Elon Musk promise us that these would be automated, futuristic-y pods, not just sort of chauffeur-driven taxis, you know, like Ubers or something? Well, yeah, I hate to break it to you, but a lot of the time when Elon Musk is saying that he can do things hundreds of times better than anyone else can do it, but not in the future, but now, well, he's just lying to you. It's just, you know, claiming that he's a genius who is going to revolutionize industries gets you headlines. And of course, if you want those headlines to be well received and well read, well, why would you bother checking if he's pulled this sort of scam before? But the sheer seamless way he lies to people has to be seen to be believed. I mean, let's just take an example of his claims of autopilot on a truck. All you need to know is nothing that is being said here is true.
All of this is included. It's included in every truck. Everything just works. The moment you get the truck, it's got everything. What this means is it's not just economic suicide to use one diesel truck. It's economic suicide for rail. This beats rail. And that's I think really quite profound. We're confident that this is a product that is better in every way from a feature standpoint, that wins on economics against diesel trucks in a worst case scenario. and that defeats rail in a convoy scenario. And production begins 2019. So if you order now, get the truck in 2 years. All right. This is something that we are confident we can do today 10 times safer than a human driver. So I want to be clear, this is something we can do now.
But that self-driving that Elon Musk is promising there, that he can do now, today, in 2017, 10 times more safely than a human driver, he can't. Not then.
Elon Musk out with a bold promise yesterday. He said there would be 1 million Tesla robo-taxis, I should say, on the road next year.
And we expect to have the first operating robo-taxis next year, with no one in them next year.
And not now in 2021. I mean, Elon Musk might have happily put up this display of a Tesla full self-driving in 2019. They had a video of it all working seamlessly. It just worked. I mean, couldn't possibly be that this was all staged or faked or something. I mean, are there any other explanations how they had what was apparently level 5 self-driving in April of 2019, but don't have anything that can get past level 2 self-driving in August of 2021? And I should stress that level 2 self-driving is glorified cruise control. And why, according to their own internal documents, is it not going to go beyond level 2 for the foreseeable future? But hey, for those who missed it earlier, let's see what the Loop employees driving their Teslas think about the prospect of Tesla self-driving running in the Loop anytime soon.
So is this self-driving or are you driving it?
Oh no, this is manual. Eventually they will become autonomous, but I don't see it for the next at least 5-6 years.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
Yeah, if they couldn't automate a simple loop system where they control every single aspect of the system and that there is no traffic out of their control, if they can't do that, then they have precisely zero chance of being able to get this to work at a street level. Now, interestingly, back in 2015, Musk claimed, as he so frequently does, because he's a genius and so much smarter than the rest of us, that full self-driving was much easier than people think it is.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about autonomous cars, because that's sort of like a narrow form of AI. And instantly, not something that I think is very difficult, actually. I think to do autonomous driving to a degree that's much safer than a person is much easier than people think.
Yeah, right.
And that it's basically a solved problem. This is followed with hindsight by one of the sickest unintentional burns ever.
But I almost view it as like a solved problem. Like, we know exactly what to do, and we'll be there in a few years.
Mm-hmm. Right. Just like Mars.
And for those who miss why that's funny, Elon Musk thought that getting to Mars was going to be much simpler than people thought it was as well, and that he would be there in 2018.
SpaceX founder Elon Musk tweeted out Wednesday that he's hoping to land one of his capsules on the surface of Mars in May of 2018.
That's not that far away.
No, that's just a couple of months.
Oh, and of course the Hyperloop, actually his idea, was going to be much simpler than people thought.
It's cross between a Concorde, a rail gun, and an air hockey table. We'll be able to be faster than the world's fastest bullet train.
I have a name for it, which is called the Hyperloop.
But it's really not that hard.
It still sounds pretty complicated, Elon.
It's like a tube with an air hockey table. It's really, I swear, it's not that hard. This is something that we are confident we can do today 10 times safer than a human driver. So I want to be clear, this is something we can do now.
Zooming around the planet in my Hyperloop pod.
So yeah, automation. It's going to be so easy that it's going to be fully automated this time next year. And yes, that's always going to be this time next year, because you've got to keep the rubes hoping with serial, empty, rocket Jesus promises. I mean, the tunnels. Elon Musk originally said he was going to dig them 10 times faster than anyone else.
So when I say like, yeah, we're going to have like this tunneling machine that can do a mile a week.
And in the end, it turned out he was digging them about 10 times slower than everyone else. And that's including difficult projects like, say, for instance, the Channel Tunnel. Oh, and prices. Originally, it was going to be $1 for 10 miles. And now it's up to about $20 for 10 miles. And if this scales like most of Musk's promises, which is just some artificially low number that he randomly made up.
There will be a fare charged. It will be per car and not per rider. And the Boring Company is committed that that will be somewhere between bus fare and what it would cost to ride on an Uber or a Lyft.
So let's see. It's exactly the same running costs as those faced by an Uber driver, except you're going to run them in tunnels for less than the price of an Uber driver. I mean, I'd love to hear the Musk fans' explanation for this, of how an underground Uber driver is somehow going to be much cheaper than an overground one.
Great question. Now, Steve Hill tells me that it's going to be more expensive than RTC public transit, but less expensive than using rideshare like Uber or Lyft.
Like, how? What? And this is ignoring the fact that you've got to pay somehow for the tunnels that cost $55 million per mile to dig, and you have to maintain them. I mean, how is an underground Uber going to be any cheaper than an overground one?
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Especially seeing as the permission that had been given to dig only goes under the City of Las Vegas property, which basically means they can only dig under the existing roads. So for instance, if you take the Uber from the Las Vegas Convention Center to the airport, you can go in more or less a straight line, unless you take the Loop system, which has to go about twice as far. But you check out the Loop website and they say that it's going to go about 5 miles in 5 minutes. A mile a minute is 60 miles per hour. But there's a problem here as well. We know what roads with cars on traveling 60 miles per hour look like. They look like the freeway. And one of the things you notice about the freeway is it doesn't have many 90-degree corners in it. Like, say, for instance, this, or this, or this. Look, this is the part of the Las Vegas Loop that has thus far been completed. And that has speed limits in it of about 30 miles per hour for those sorts of radiuses of curvature. The rest of the loop will be considerably slower than this. Yeah, can't take 90-degree corners at 30 miles per hour. And seeing as they're limited to digging under the streets, you know, because those are the only bits that the city has land rights to.
Now, the route you see in blue, that is what was approved by county commissioners today. A twin tunnel transportation system with 51 stations spanning 29 miles.
Yeah, this isn't going to happen. But that's why I'm here. Because if it weren't for a handful of skeptics like me, Adam something, the common sense skeptic, then you'd be left with reporting on the Vegas Loop like this.
Soon more of Elon Musk tunnels will be built under Las Vegas.
When the full Vegas Loop is built, it's expected to be able to transport 57,000 riders per hour.
Today means this station here would just be a piece of the puzzle as this entire project takes a huge leap forward.
John, it's a tourism attraction with a purpose.
Underground transportation for the Las Vegas Strip will soon be a reality, and in Teslas. That's because today the Clark County Commissioners unanimously approved plans for Elon Musk's The Boring Company's Vegas Loop project.
As we travel by electric car right into the future.
And that's today's daily dose of sanity. If you enjoyed it, drop a thumbs up on it and maybe consider subscribing if you don't want to miss out on more content like this. And if you really enjoy this channel and want to support it directly, you can do it through Patreon. And as ever, thanks for watching.